In this lesson on physical stress, we will look at some external factors that may affect the performance of a pilot. These factors are acceleration or g-forces, the high altitude effects of ozone, radiation, humidity, and extreme temperatures. Acceleration is the rate of change in velocity, either as regards speed or direction or both. The change of speed can be from stationary or an existing movement. The formula for acceleration need not be learnt, but it is given by way of explanation. Acceleration can be linear, with movement in a straight line without gaining or losing height, and measured in meters per second squared. Angular acceleration is the rate of change of angular velocity. When a ball rotates on a string, there is a force applied to the string which keeps the ball moving in a circle. If the string breaks, and this force is removed, the ball will not continue in a circle, but will move in a straight line. This force, which maintains the circular movement, is radial or centripetal force. The amount of force required is W times V squared divided by R times G, where W is weight, V is velocity, R is radius, and G is gravity. This means that if you double the speed, 4 times the force is required to maintain the angle of turn. Reference is frequently made to centrifugal force, as a force which pushes one away from the center of a circle, as on a fairground ride. But centrifugal force is a misnomer. It is not a force, but rather the reaction to a centripetal force. You will recall that Newton's third law states that every action has a reaction. The reaction to centripetal force is centrifugal force. If you swing a jam jar full of water in a circle fast enough, the water will not fall out because you are providing the required centripetal force. Acceleration in the fore and aft plane, that is, linear or horizontal acceleration, is given the notation gx. In the lateral plane, it is called gy, and in the vertical plane, gz. Acceleration forces are regarded as either of short duration, being less than a second, as in a crash, or of long duration, as in a turn. Acceleration is measured in multiples of standard gravitational force g. Short duration g-forces are concerned with impacts, and a body can withstand up to 25 g in the vertical axis and 45 g in the fore and aft axis. Forces above these values will cause injury. Seatbelts will reduce impact injuries, but can themselves be a cause of injury, as the passenger may slide below or lean over the belt. Multiple point belts are by far the best, but they are not found in passenger aircraft, at least not for the passengers. Both forms of acceleration, linear or angular, will have an effect on the body. At 2g acceleration, movement becomes more difficult. At 2.5 g, it is impossible to rise from a sitting position. At 3 to 4 g, the internal organs are displaced downwards, and the face feels pulled down, while between 4 to 5 g, breathing is difficult because of the lowering of the diaphragm. There is naturally a difference in blood pressure between the lower limbs and the heart, known as hydrostatic variation. This increases with g and results in pooling of the blood in the lower limbs, depriving the brain of blood and therefore oxygen. The eyes need a great deal of oxygen, and at 3 to 4 g, vision is affected and consciousness reduced. This is known as grey-out. There is also a tunnelling of vision as the outermost cells of the retina, which sense peripheral vision, suffer first. At 5G, the individual loses consciousness, known as blackout, but he will regain consciousness very quickly as G returns to normal. At very high G forces, sensory functions are lost, hemorrhages can occur about the legs, and ultimately death will occur due to the lack of venous return to the heart. When there is negative G, for example during inverted flight, blood is forced into the head. The body can less easily withstand this and is tolerant only up to about -3G. Symptoms are difficulty in breathing, a slowing of the heart, facial pain as veins swell, and red out of the eyes as the lower eyelid is pushed up. With high negative G, the blood vessels in the face and eyes may burst. The ability to withstand even moderate G forces is reduced by the items on this list, all of which reduce the blood's oxygen saturation level. An environmental factor to affect a pilot's health is the gas ozone. Ozone, O3, is a triple molecule and therefore an unstable gas, created by the effect of ultraviolet light from the sun on oxygen in the stratosphere. It can also be caused by the effect of ultraviolet light on some pollutants near the Earth's surface. Ozone is bluish in color if concentrated, and is responsible for the blue color of the sky. It has a distinctive, fresh odor in concentrations of more than 0.036 parts per million. It is found in increasing amounts with altitude, from about 8 to 50 kilometers, with the greatest concentration at about 25 kilometers. This is called the ozone layer, and is relevant to those flying at 35,000 feet and above, as some ozone will be drawn into the aircraft from outside. Ozone is a toxic gas that primarily affects the respiratory system. Those who have experienced ozone sickness state that they were unaware of any odor. The symptoms are a cough, poor night vision, shortness of breath, headache, burning eyes, nose and mouth, cramps, drowsiness, nosebleed, itchiness, and nausea. Most passenger aircraft incorporate scrubbing devices to restrict the ingress of ozone into the cabin. Some relief from the effects of ozone inhalation can be had from breathing through a warm, moist towel, as ozone is water-soluble and reverts to oxygen at higher temperatures. Breathing pure oxygen and limiting physical activity also assists.